Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Brand by Not Just Marketing. Today we've got Sivanesh, who's a key account manager at L'Oreal with us. Also an alum of NMIMS from the 2023 batch. Hi Sivanesh.
Hi,
We're
Tanisha.
so glad to have you here. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. How about you?
Well, we're doing great. We're very busy with our annual event, alumnus going on, but we're so glad to have you here. Well, we'll just jump right into it. Take us back to business school. What kind of a student were you? And were you like a hustler, or were you the backbencher, or the last minute person?
Okay, so going back to the MBA days, have always been an average student throughout my life. Okay, so MBA is something that I wanted to pursue, whereas other things were just like fell onto my plate. So MBA, I decided to be something a little above average.
Yeah.
Whatever is in my possibility. So I tried my trades with everything. So I wanted to be a bit more in academics. I wanted to be a bit more in case comms, and then right, how the semester starts, and we MBA students get to flumble around with everything
100%,
around.
yeah.
So I also did the same, but then I then understood like I won't be able to do everything. So I decided like 3-4 things that I wanted to do.
Yes.
And then I've been a little above average than like what rest of my life has been. So.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, he was an engineer earlier. So was an MBA completely different from engineering? How was the experience like?
So before joining an MBA, I started working with Byju's.
Oh, nice.
So that's when I got my first taste of sales and marketing. So that gave me an exposure into what marketing is, what sales is. All of us start thinking like marketing and sales are same only, right? You market a product, you sell the product, means the same. So that difference I got to know in Byju's, and then understood that okay, I'm liking this more, and then hence decided to pursue. So I am an engineer, but I've always been an MBA/business guy.
Marketing. So, well, you interned at Perfetti, which is a dream for a lot of people. What was that like? Were you on the brand side, the sales side? And I remember you mentioned earlier that you had a very interesting stint with Perfetti. So tell us about that.
I did. So first of all, Perfetti again, very fantastic, and fortunate to work with brands like Center Fresh, Center Fruit, Happy Dent, Chupa Chups. Amazing. So one thing that I've been keen on is to work with brands that I aspire for, or brands that excite me.
Of course.
So Perfetti is also a very great experience. So I'll tell you a very interesting story. So 14 people all India were chosen for internships. Okay, and only one from NMIMS, if I'm not wrong.
Well, wow.
Yeah. So no, 2. Sorry, Manik was also there.
Yeah.
So 2 people from NMIMS, and out of all the 14 people, I was the only one who didn't know Hindi.
Oh.
And I was sent to Nepal for an internship. So I went to Nepal and I did a distribution strategy workshop.
Yeah.
And distributor strategy work with multiple distributors, and this was in one of the regions where people couldn't reach due to COVID or rough tracks, rough terrains. So we were sent, me and another person from INT. We both went and did a total distribution strategy. They made us feel like consultants,
Yeah.
So I have to give it to the brands, and the people who were guiding is also very amazing people, amazing team. So overall, that gave me a good kickstart to what FMCG sales and distribution is.
Yeah.
So much better understanding, and I went as a different person, came back as a different person.
Of course. So, what was your SIP prep like? And you were also part of NJM. So, what was that like?
So, to be very honest, SIP prep, you will not know what projects you're going to get.
That's true.
You do not know whether you're going to get into brand marketing, you're going to get into GT sales, MT sales, whether sales in the first place. So in terms of prep, what I did was I reached out to maximum number of alums as well as to external people who have interned or are working with Perfetti.
Oh.
Just to understand the organization better, to understand what sort of projects might come in our way and what to be ready for. And that's it. That should be enough, because it's like very, you can't anticipate what's coming in your way, right?
That's true. So Perfetti was the dream for you?
Perfetti was a dream, yes, of course. And we attend our pre-placement talks and all, right?
Yes.
So in that I was very excited for Mars and Perfetti, both chocolate brands, and in the same confectionery section.
Yes.
So happy to have gotten into one of those.
Nice. I'm so glad you did. And well, you got L'Oreal through case comms, and give us hacks. What do you think you did differently that got you into L'Oreal and where you are today? If you were to give suggestions to students right now, how to approach case comps, how can we go about it?
Okay, so what is something that I did extraordinary to get into L'Oreal or crack this case comp? I totally give it to my teammates, okay, Priyanka and Suchi. So these people were the most enthusiastic or the best teammates you can
need
work
that one
with.
person
Yeah,
in the team.
definitely. So I am an extrinsically motivated person. So you will have to seek for people who are going to push the same amount of limits you want to push and push you also to do that. So that was essential or the main thing. And again, if I have to say what did we do differently, we had done multiple case studies at that point. Okay, so we had done multiple case comps. We've tried all our permutations and combinations. So what we did different was we made sure we understood what the company was in line.
Yeah.
What was it doing, and also Professor Hitesh Kalro helped us a lot, and we also reached out to our seniors who have cracked and who were also at L'Oreal at that point.
Yeah, I think that helps.
So they were guiding us very well, got good guidance from professors as well, but at the same time, we understood what the company's direction was.
Yeah.
We understood what they really wanted, and this is also one of the crucial things which we didn't do in the initial phases of case study competitions, is that to reach out to people inside the company, understand what the company really wants and what they're looking to do.
Yeah.
So a funny instance, we were working for Asian Paints case study.
Yeah.
You know how the financial report also has to be submitted of whatever strategy you're proposing, right? We ended up giving like a 4,000 crore incremental sales analysis, like how to get to that. Obviously, if it's 4,000 crores that time, it was like 10% increment over their revenue. I just thought that, okay, let's give an ample amount of excitement in terms of revenue to get through, but that doesn't work.
Yeah.
You will have to understand what the company wants.
Picture,
yes, even that could be as small as, AI system that they want to integrate. You could just enhance it a little bit and present it to them. They'll be very happy to take it because you're thinking in line with what the company wants.
Yeah.
End of the day, they're just thinking, testing your thought processes and also your strategic abilities. That's it. They're not going to.
Makes sense. Yeah.
If at all you get through, it's just your cognitive skills that's going to get you through.
Definitely. So, how important is the deck that you end up giving? How much time do you think people should ideally put in that, designing, research, everything, specifically for the deck that you end up making?
If you ask me about an approach of how to take it forward, first I would say do your secondary research thoroughly.
Yes.
Okay, secondary research in terms of A to Z, like what the company is into, what they want, what they're doing, how they've evolved over ages.
Yeah.
And what's their goals in the next 10 years. If at all the company is listed, you will have everything given in their annual report, clear and concise. So that's a key element. And then reach out to company peers, as I told you, company POCs, so that they'll be able to give you a download of. You can reach out to mid-level people, lower-level people also works, like who have just entered into the organization. So they'll be able to give you an enough understanding of what you'll have to know, what the company is progressing towards.
Makes sense, yeah.
So that will be part 2. And if you ask me about arriving at the ideas, after all these points, you'll have to coherent everything together and arrive at the case study and understand what they're asking out of it and correlate everything
Understanding
together.
the problem is extremely important.
Exactly. And usually what we do is we think a lot in terms of strategic aspects.
Yeah.
Especially as, young enthusiastic people, we end up suggesting like everything between
we want to do everything.
Everything between the earth and sky. So what is needed is to coherently comprise everything, give exactly what you want to say.
Yes. So what is being asked is very, very important.
Yes. Not just asked, but also what is to be presented to them.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you ask about the deck, usually there are 2 rounds. First will be a submission round where you're getting evaluated just on your deck.
Correct.
And second will be an explanatory or a presentation. Yes. So you'll have to know the difference between the decks in there as well.
True, yeah.
It has to be very descriptive, very understandable when you're giving for the submission round.
Yeah.
When it's going to be for the presentation round, that's when your presentation skills are going to come in.
That's true, yeah.
So you will have to put in more of images and more of non-explanatory visuals where you can explain things.
You should know your content very well.
Exactly.
Yes.
Content should be presented by you, and people shouldn't be sitting and reading through the slides in the presentation.
Yeah. So just GPTing is not going to help.
Exactly.
ChatGPT can only just be an enabler, how everyone just tells us.
You can ask it to make it, but you shouldn't be sticking to it completely.
Correct. Yes.
Cool.
Research again just goes back to research. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, let's move on to your stint at L'Oreal now. So, what's it like being a key account manager? Tell us about a day in your life.
First of all, I'll start with L'Oreal for that matter, if it's okay.
Yes.
So L'Oreal usually starts with management trainee stints, okay?
Yes.
Which is relevant for also the people watching this.
Yeah.
So first, it's a mandatory thing to do a sales stint, GT sales stint, wherein you work in tier 2, tier 3, tier 1 also, and understand how a ground level sales functions, right? How a end consumer gets a product which is manufactured in a cutting edge technology factory. So you get to learn it, which is like an amazing part, which sounds very cliche if I say that now, but it's very true. And also the other part of the sales stint is like it puts in the humility in you, right? We start up thinking like, we are very stalwarts of the industry already, and we start thinking in a very strategic lens, and we don't understand how it's getting executed at the ground level. So it's crucial to understand that and to grow some humbleness inside you. So that's how it helps. And then you get a marketing stint. So it's a mix of both worlds. So you understand how also brand marketing works, how our online marketing or an offline marketing works. So in a way, you get to learn about the organization, learn about the roles, learn about the business in a very concise way.
Yeah.
And then I got to do these two stints first. And first I was working with brands like Garnier, L'Oreal Paris and Maybelline. And then I ended up working with a brand called CeraVe, if you guys don't know it.
The skincare brand.
Skincare brand. So this is a newly started division for L'Oreal India. So we call it L'Oreal Dermatological Beauty. So now La Roche-Posay is also introduced into Indian market.
Oh yeah.
It got launched this month. So I started doing trade marketing with CeraVe, and now I'm also one of the core teams which is launching La Roche-Posay into India. So very fortunate and happy for that.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm part of the team which is launching La Roche-Posay into India.
Wow, nice. I love their facial sprays that they have.
Thermal sprays.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Okay, so it has a excellent international equity.
Yes.
And very amazing brands. So I started as a key account manager like a year and a half back. So I handle all the key pharmacies, chain pharmacies, and also your beauty selective retail like Nykaa, Health and Glow offline level.
Oh, nice.
So also what is special about a key account manager role is you get to experience all that you've studied.
Yeah.
A bit of finance, a bit of sales, a bit of marketing, a bit of supply chain.
Yeah.
Okay,
correct.
so all at a very fundamental level.
Yes.
With sales and marketing being the pushing levers, right?
Nice.
So whoever is skipping your financial accounting classes or corporate finance classes, pay some attention. It comes in to help. So that's one. And also see, this is what we want, right? To experience everything that's been a part of a business. Let it be online, you will be sitting and working with your online brand managers, understanding how your search functions, what sort of display ads, what sort of funnels you make, what sort of conversions that you get, what is the ROI that you're making out of it. So it's fantastic to work as a key account manager.
Nice, Nice,
So,
what's your favorite part of it?
My favorite part of it, though I might sound a bit contradictory, I'm loving the way how I'm able to get a financial analysis done of what the campaigns that I'm running, what sort of inputs that I'm putting into it. And also since I'm working for comparatively a newer division for L'Oreal India, right? So the team is very small, so we get to see and experience everything.
Yeah.
So now I know what sort of gross margins or what sort of PAT the brand makes. So all this exposure I would have never gotten in any other large companies or like even established divisions like consumer product division, etc.
Yeah.
So amazing experience and amazing exposure.
Nice. And what's your favorite part about L'Oreal in terms of culture, in terms of the office? What's one thing that drives you every single day to go?
One thing, there's just a
You
lot
can give us
of
more.
lot of things.
You can give us more.
Okay, so in terms of culture, I would say that there's a saying that goes along in the company, not in the industry. Every company has this. For example, P&G has like their TLAs, the 3-letter abbreviations, which is like a special thing that they have. And for L'Oreal, I would say we always keep saying poets and peasants. Okay. So I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah.
So when in terms of presenting the work that you have done, or in terms of expressing the work that you have done, I think at L'Oreal, very passionate driven things are there. So people are very, very passion driven, and hence whenever you talk to anyone from the company, anyone working for any brand, they'll be very passionate. Hence whenever they talk, it makes a poetic sense. They're very lovey-dovey towards their brands.
Oh wow, yeah.
And at the same time, when you get to see the work that they're doing, it will be like a peasant level, very hardcore, hardworking.
Yeah.
So it's best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So we work hard, party harder.
Yeah.
So
well, I think that's how everyone wants it to be. I mean, like for all of us, that workplace balance is a big conversation now everywhere that we go. So if you're getting to do that and follow the passion that you want, then I think nothing like it. Yeah. I'll have to look at questions. Sorry,
no problem.
Give me a second.
One thing what I want to add is see, for me, I told you right at the start, right? I want to work with brands which aspire me, which motivates me to go to office again and again every day, right?
Yeah.
So working for something what we really want, it's going to drive you.
I think it's a big drive, definitely.
So for example, especially when people were part of NJM, right?
Yeah.
Every one of us wanted to get into FMCG.
Yeah, I think that's how it is.
That's
now
how it
also.
is, right? Yeah. So, but you'll have to keep your options very open. Like what I could have done better is I would have also wanted to understand what I really want in life.
Yeah.
What I really want to do in life, and at the same time where picking an industry is going to take me.
Yeah.
Okay. Fortunately for me, it was like put together, worked in my favor. But I would say I've seen my friends or some other people who got into the industry and then they were like, okay, this is not my cup of tea. So an internship would be a good experience to test the waters. But I would say we'll have to start thinking in terms of what sort of location you want to get into. In terms of whether abroad, in India, where, all that. And I also want people to think really think, not the cliche think what they want to do 10 years down the lane.
Oh, okay.
Right? So whether you want to do a desk-based strategic roles or you want to do an execution-based field roles, or do you want is money your driver, or is it like passion that drives you? For example, I am not taking names here, but one of my friends who work at L'Oreal from a very elite institution dropped a very big offer in terms of money and then took a role at L'Oreal because they were very clear that they wanted to be in the fashion industry, beauty industry, which motivates them, right? So that sort of clarity, if it's there with people, amazing.
I think it just goes back to saying that it is important to have passion in what you do, and I think then
not just passion, also practicality.
So also, mix of both, I guess then?
Mix of both, definitely.
Okay, got it. Makes sense, yes. What's the one tricky part of managing beauty brands, skincare brands that you think?
Tricky?
Yes. Or challenging for that matter?
I would say the challenging part is to make people aware, especially for the brands that I work with, right?
Yeah.
So let it be CeraVe or let it be La Roche-Posay. These are heavily science-backed molecules, heavily science-backed products. So the challenge here is to make people understand and educate them on what exactly they want. For example, making informed choices is what we are going to drive to people, right? We are passionate about making people buy what they want and what best suits them. And hence the industry is also working towards that trend. Like people know, for example, a niacinamide, a hyaluronic acid or a ferulic acid, whatever they want to put onto their skin. So the challenging part here is like, how do we educate them? How do we educate them? How do we make them equipped with that information so that tomorrow when they go and buy a Melasil component or when they go and buy a Sika molecule for that matter.
These are quite technical terms for me also.
So they should know what it does. So that's a challenge. which I think the teams at L'Oreal are handling pretty much best to their level. And educating them and making them make informed purchase is what, like, we always, L'Oreal as an organization looks forward that people always should make the best choices for them and buy best products for them. Not marketing here, just saying the truth.
No, I think also in today's day and age, there are 10 new brands coming every single day. And people are very specific about, what are we putting on our face? How is the brand, what is the brand perception? What are we putting across? So I think that makes it all the more important. Even though these are all big brands, CeraVe is really big, La Roche-Posay is very big, but it is still very important for the end consumer to know what is it that we're putting on our face and what is it going to do to us. I think that makes it.
No, today, generative AI is going to straight away give you what you want, right?
Yeah.
So that's also a very good cue to take. And also, people are smart, dude. So people understand what they want and people understand where to get their information sources from. Just have your information up there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So, while talking about AI, how do you use it every single day? So, as MBA students, we are using AI every single day in everything that we do. Is that what it is in the workspace? So, we've been having so many conversations about AI will take away jobs and will replace employees. So, on a day-to-day, where does AI come in at your workplace? Both in terms of L'Oreal as a brand and as a CAM at L'Oreal.
Got it. So I am sorry, but skipping the part whether it's going to replace jobs, etc. Because I don't think that our MBA roles are at stake with AI. Maybe using AI has to be more. We have to be more equipped with that, etc. But replacing, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. Especially marketing, I think will.
And secondly, how do we use it in a day-to-day purpose? For example, today you go to any, let's say, a Nykaa store or a Health and Glow store. Straight away they start with your face scan analysis, right? So they scan your face, tell you what are all the different imperfections that you might have on your face.
Oh wow! Okay.
And they'll suggest the products accordingly. And at the same time, for example, let it be in terms of backlinking in an URL, or because everything is today generative AI. Even if Google first, you have an AI perspective given. So we are day in and day out working with AI in terms of everything that we do right now. Even punching in your attendance, punching in your leaves, everything, right? As basic as that to an extent of making our PPTs also. And L'Oreal has their own generative AI called L'Oreal GPT.
Oh,
so
wow,
so that's the extent in which the industry is collaborated with it.
So that is your bread and butter, L'Oreal GPT. You do end up using it throughout the day.
So ChatGPT or Perplexity is not allowed. We'll have to stick with L'Oreal GPT for the.
Great marketing.
Not just marketing, but it's more about your data privacy.
Fair enough. Yeah, makes sense. Also, I think tell us more about your role as a key account manager. Does everything look the same, or is every single day different? Because you mentioned how you end up doing 4 different functions in one role. Well, what's that like? Like, if you were to take us through a week in your life, then what are you doing?
Okay, so as a key account manager at a strategy level, you can drive what the brand wants you to drive.
Got it.
Every one of us have a target. Yes. So how you're going to drive a target inside a Lux door or inside a pharmacy door, it's based on you.
Yeah.
So we are going to be the people who is going to sit and work with trade marketing team for understanding what sort of promos are to be run.
Got it.
X percentage in pharmacies, Y percentage in online, X percentage again in like Lux doors or a on-trend door or a Health and Glow. So all this you get to work on to understand what should be the metric so that your price, at this price the product sells better.
Understood.
And that brings in a part of strategy, right? Secondly, you work with the brand marketing teams and the marketing teams to understand what sort of budgets you have. What sort of activations you can do at a BTL level. Okay, so at the store, what you can do to drive your offtakes, what you can do to educate the customers better so that they understand. You can increase the efficiency of the retail atmosphere. So all this is going to be my marketing part of things, right? In fact, deciding the promos also partly is marketing.
Working with the brand marketing team to decide these promos
to
together.
Decide
basis
these
the
together.
Insights that you have from the numbers and
basis the so marketing team would bring me the top down things, right? Like what's the industry going towards, what's the growth averages are looking like. Whereas I from the ground up give them the idea of what sort of doors are we getting into, what sort of selling out, or what sort of purchases are happening, what's the trend like from the ground. and has the industry trend hit the regions that we are working on?
Yeah.
All that's discussed, and then we do a analysis together.
Yeah.
And then in terms of supply chain, there's a process called SNOP.
Okay.
Sales and operations, they get together every month. That's a very fantastic thing to do because people end up discussing, fighting, asking for things, saying things.
Yeah.
So in a very, very parliamentary way though. So that's a very fun session where you understand why supply chain is very crucial. Why you will have to, especially working for a beauty brand, right? You will have to have certain X number of days of stock
Yes.
with you. Because trend might just click and you can get sold off on certain
could go
SKUs.
viral, yes.
And some products might be, selling slow. You will have to push them. So
Yeah.
you both sit together, analyze, set out a plan for 3-4 months or 6
Yeah.
months, difference from company to company. And then also understand how a customer service is done, how supply lead time is saved, how you enhance the supply chain system a
Yeah.
lot. Like, I don't want to extend the podcast very much, so I'm cutting it short. And sales is like how you negotiate with your customers, how do you maintain relationships with them, how do you basically harvest or grow,
Yeah.
farm.
Correct. So you
So-
do end up doing like 10 different roles at one time, being a cam.
I would say one role which collaborates with 4-5 different teams
Nice.
together, so
Yeah.
that you have exposure into everything that you do, which kind of motivates to me.
Yes.
And I'm also liking my job, and I like doing this, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do the same thing again and again
Every
and again.
single day,
It's,
of
it's like a
course.
different thing every day.
Yeah, you're being challenged with everything
Everything,
that you do.
everything.
Yeah. Do you have a skincare routine now since you're a part of the beauty
Of
business?
course, of course. So, what I follow and what I also recommend for guys is have a proper cleanser. Know a difference between a cleanser and a face wash.
CeraVe is great, guys.
And have a moisturizer and an SPF. That's it. Not pretty crazy.
And well, you worked in beauty and FMCG. How is it different? And do you have a preference?
Preference? No, both are equally good.
Yeah.
I would say a comparative would be FMCG and a non-FMCG.
Yeah.
With multiple people who have
Yes.
had work experience in both
Both.
would be better to be able to answer this. But I would say what's the key difference is you'll have to understand the rotation that happens. Okay. When I say a rotation, sorry, I'm getting into lecturing mode now. So, for example, a grocery that you eat every day, right?
Yeah.
Let it be oils or let it be wheat, let it be baby food for that
Yeah.
matter, will have a faster rotation. Like the
Yeah.
replenishment cycle will be very quick.
Yeah.
Whereas in a moisturizer, you're not going to end up eating your moisturizer, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be applied onto your skin and there's a
It's gonna
limited
take
quantity.
3-4 months at least. Yeah.
So the rotation that a retailer would do, or a rotation that a online platform like a
Yes.
Nykaa or a Amazon or a
Tira,
Flipkart will do, that's going to be very different for FMCG and for
Yeah.
beauty FMCG, right?
Fair.
So you'll have to understand the nuances. That's where it's going to be different, and complexities are again there. For
Right.
example, when you work with a category like makeup, lipsticks alone are going to be like 250 shades,
Yes.
right? And what shade is going to work, what shade is not going to work, what shade is going to work in which region.
Yeah.
You will have to analyze all those interior metrics and then arrive at it. So complexities are there. Again, fun elements are also there.
Yeah.
So that's how it's different, I would say, but no preferences.
Got it. If you were to give us your biggest learning from your MBA, now that you're out of it, what will that be?
So in the academic part, right, at least the subjects that you like,
Yeah.
or you're profound, like, let's not skip anything. Like, I'm from marketing, I don't want to sit through
Yeah.
the classes of finance, or
Yeah.
let me sleep inside supply chain classes. Don't do that. Okay.
I think we do end up doing that.
So I would say at least if something excites you, right?
Yeah.
Something you're good at doing, don't skip it just because you're from a different stream or anything.
Yeah.
End of the day, you do not know what role you're going to get into.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you might become a strategic head of something.
Yeah.
And when we say strategy, automatically without finance, no strategy is going to
Yeah.
work. So I would say don't skip that. I know that everyone you're going to ask this question is going to be like, network well.
Yes.
Right? So I'm gonna say that again. Have a very good network, at least in terms of professional network inside your college first,
Yeah.
and then build it to your organization and then going forward. Because, for example, now the manager that I'm working with has been the manager of one of my friends as well.
Oh,
So
nice.
at least we get to know, like, how to work with him or her more
Yeah.
efficiently, how to work with that person in the way that they want the work to be done.
Yeah.
It just accelerates things. That's just a small example.
Yes.
I can go on and on. So networking. And third, remember to have as much as fun in MBA as possible. Okay, because this MBA period, whomever you guys are thinking, if it's difficult, it's being a very roller coaster ride, or thinking about whether you've made a right decision in your life or not, absolutely yes. Stick to the process and enjoy as much as possible.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Well, we'll move on to a quick rapid fire round now.
Okay.
What's your favorite marketing campaign of all time? Doesn't have to be L'Oreal necessarily.
Sorry, I'm going to stick with L'Oreal again, but
L'Oreal employee.
not because of that. Like automatically
But it
that was
is. Yeah,
strikes me,
that's
right?
true.
So this is a US campaign of
Okay.
Super Bowl. So it's for a NYX lip balm called Duck Plump.
Okay.
Go through it in YouTube and it's very, very funny and very exciting campaign. So
Nice. One product you can't live without.
am I being too L'Oreal right now? But CeraVe moisturizer, guys. Big time because of a dry skin person. Saves me.
FMCG or skincare, which one is harder to sell?
When you're working with the right brands, I don't think it's hard to sell.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's hard to sell, then you're doing something wrong. So think about it.
One MBA subject you wish you'd studied harder. I feel like it's going to be finance. Is
Yeah,
that
I
your
think it's
answer?
financial accounts, like the first trimester subject that you get,
Yeah.
FA1 and FA2.
Biggest misconception about working in beauty?
Misconception
Yes.
that you'll have to be a girl to get your job in L'Oreal, or you'll have to be a girl to be working in the beauty industry. No, it's absolutely fairly equally employed. So
Nice.
that's a misconception.
And an MBA course which you would have gladly skipped, but you didn't.
I'm skipping the question only, not answering that.
One thing you miss about college?
One thing I miss, it should be my friends. Like
Yeah.
you get to have your good days, bad days, and
You get to see them every day.
not just seeing them, but also you have people around you who's experiencing the same
The same
things.
thing,
You
yes,
can you can
100%.
rant with, you can
Yeah.
enjoy with, you can celebrate with, right? So that yes, friends
Yeah.
and people around you.
And do you have a core NJM memory?
Core NJM memory. Core NJM memory would be hosting the events like no. Core NJM memory would be a HUL case com that we got to know. I know you guys
Yeah.
don't have this thing
Yeah.
right now, but I ended up working for HUL for a beauty and personal category research.
Oh, nice.
So it was a very nice detailed data analysis that we had done and given to them, and they were very happy with it.
Yeah.
So that again was a 2-month project, and we all sat in teams and
Like
worked
a live
together.
project?
It was a
Similar to
live project,
Yeah.
corporate project types.
Yes.
But it was even more better when you do for brands like Pond's, Lakme,
Yes.
etc. Right? So that is the best core memory that I can think about,
Nice.
which is a value add at the same time fun.
Thank you so much, Sivanesh. This was super insightful. We know what products to buy now, and we know everyone who wants to get into L'Oreal, you've got the insider tips now. So thank you so much. It was
Thank
lovely
you,
having
Tanisha. Had a good time.